This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
I'm getting naked. No picking.
I'm getting naked. No picking. I said no picking. And from that, you can tell we saw Logan Lucky this weekend, and this is the second of two movie reviews that are out for you guys from the Rick and Johnny podcast this week to kind of substitute for the lack of an actual podcast because we saw two movies this week.
Exactly.
And we're giving you those reviews instead. But Lucky Logan, a great movie. If you're new to how we review movies, this is how we do it. We're going to stick in a non-spoiler mode, and then we'll go into spoiler mode, but we will warn you we're in spoiler mode. And then we will give our show stealer, which is our MVP award, and our rating, like out of 5. This one will probably be out of 5 Logans. $5. We could do that too. We'll think about it. 5 Mustangs, 5 Fords. We could even do 5 prosthetic limbs out of 5. We'll find something at the end.
We'll figure it out
to give it out of. But for non-spoiler mode, Johnny, what I want to kind of talk about first with this, coming into this movie, like, I know the Dark Tower. I had this was a complaint with the Dark Tower. It's not a complaint with this movie because of what this movie ended up being. I thought this was going to be more of a comedy than an actual crime drama coming in. I thought it'd be, like, when it says comedy, crime, drama, I thought it was going to be heavy comedy. But yeah, it's also a crime drama as well.
Yeah.
It was totally off, like, not off put, but I was totally blindsided by it actually being a drama first.
Yeah, it was Ocean 7-Eleven, like someone said.
Yes. Ocean 7-Eleven. Like, I think they said that in the movie.
They did.
They said that in the movie. But what were your thoughts coming in? Because mine were, it's going to be a comedy. Like, I was so hyped for this movie.
Honestly.
Like, I remember saying to you, like, this is going to be great. We're going to be laughing nonstop. But we weren't laughing nonstop. But that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. Honestly, with, like, Channing Tatum and I can never remember his name, but I know
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
And Adam Driver.
Yeah, and the Adam Driver. All the characters.
Kylo Ren, basically.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Just with like how they looked in the previews, I thought it was, like you said, be heavy comedy with like this
especially when you see Seth MacFarlane's part of the cast.
And it's just like, I expected heavy comedy with a little bit of like, oh, this is a heist movie. Yeah. And no, it was actually, like, I would say fairly even, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I would say it was like, after seeing it, I would say it's more of a heist drama with some comedy in there.
With a more comedy than a normal heist drama.
More comedy than a normal drama. Like, it is both, but it's more like, if we're going comedy drama, it leans a little bit more on the drama side than the comedy side.
And that's the thing, because there, you don't have just complete comedy like we did in our previous review of Hitman's Bodyguard. You have some actual serious scenes. You even got some more heartfelt scenes.
Very heartfelt
Exactly.
scenes.
So, I mean, it's not all about the comedy in this one, which was good because it had a very good storyline.
Best thing I liked about this movie, I'm just going to say it right away, is it didn't give you... it didn't give you everything right away. Like, for example, it didn't explain... Like, when I came into the beginning of this movie, I didn't feel like... The thing I'm going to relate it to is, like, video games now.
Okay.
Video games back in the day used to be, hey, I'm going to go through it. Oh, I died there. I guess I can't do that. Or it used to be smarter how it taught you how to do things.
Yeah, it was.
Nowadays, it's like, boop, hey, look at me, press A to jump. Hey, look at this, like, blah, 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 blah.
Look at me.
Do it. And this movie, I didn't get that. This movie lets you kind of, okay, I'm observing, I'm kind of getting into the setting, and it never, like, explained anything.
No,
it let you come up with your own conclusions.
It basically brought you along for the ride.
Exactly. Great way to put it, John.
Exactly. No, it brought you along for the ride instead of like, oh, well, this is kind of going to happen. There wasn't a whole lot of hinting of,
on this ride. Are we doing stick or are we doing automatic? Because that was a big deal in this movie.
I think we're going to try stick.
I love stick. Basically, the big joke
in
the movie with You know what it sounds like. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it took you along for the ride, and also like there were parts, we're going to talk about them in non-spoiler mode because I'm going to bring them up for sure.
Yeah.
There were 2 parts in this movie where it's like, I'm gonna speculate on that a little bit. One was during the movie, they eventually answer it, but then one at the end of the movie where you're like, where does that play in? Like, and even me thinking about it, I mean, I don't know if this is a conversation for spoiler mode or not.
Well, why don't we save it for spoiler? Because it sounds like where you're leaning towards is spoiler.
Yeah, I'll save it for spoiler mode. Was there anything negative about, not negative like, man, it made it a bad movie, but were there things that you thought, you know what, this part I didn't like about the movie. I didn't like that they did this or did that.
You know what? Not really, because it was different than what I was expecting. I was expecting to come in, get a huge like comedy, everyone acting like a redneck yokel. It was a lot different than I was expecting, and in a good way though.
The only thing that and of course this is going to go into spoiler mode, but I'm just going to like this will be the first thing we talk about in spoiler mode. Okay. But I want to preface it first here. In non-spoiler mode, I thought the pace of the movie, it took like, this is the music guy in my head thinking, like when we were in music classes, we would talk about form, right? Like, let's say the form of the piece is A-B-A-B. Okay. Where A and A are like, B and B are like. When it came to the pace of this film, like how fast things are progressing, they were in 4 distinct chunks for me. Okay. A, B, A, B. Where A and A were kind of like A was kind of like the slow, B was the quick, we're progressing through this. But I just wanted to say that because this is going to lead us into spoiler mode, and this is where I warn you guys. If you guys have not seen the movie, want to go see Logan Lucky, I advise you do it. Yeah. And that's the first thing. I advise you do it because this was a really good movie to watch. But if you want to wait, see the movie, then come back, we'll be sitting here waiting for you guys, twiddling our thumbs before we go and talk about spoiler mode. But I just wanted to let you know we're going to go into spoiler mode. And if you've already seen the movie, let's go and go along for the ride, as Johnny just said. But Johnny, now we are in spoiler mode. And here's what I'm getting to with the whole ABAB thing. The beginning of the movie and right after the heist, slow development to me. Where, of course, the beginning, it felt like, okay, we're learning the characters. We got to get into it. Like, I felt like up until the actual, like, from beginning to where they actually started the heist day. Yeah. Very slow. Like, it wasn't slow to where it's like, oh my God, what the fuck are we doing here? But it was definitely slower to where things were developing, things, and like even right after the heist, after everything's done, they're back in the jail. It was a slow pace after that where it's like it's like I'm sitting there going, okay, they're looking for him. Are they going to find him? And that point I'm thinking, I don't know how long I've been sitting here. I don't want to look at my phone, but are they going to, like, now it's going to be a chase from the cops kind of a thing? Like, that was a little bit slower. Whereas the 2 sections of the actual heist, like heist day, from beginning of the heist to when they were in jail to when we learned from Joe Bang about the whole money thing and how there was a separate pile of money. Yeah, those were kind of the fast kind of developing.
Well, you mean right after Joe Bang dug up his cash.
Dug up his share. Like, those were the 2 fast paced. So that's why I was looking at this ABAB form for the movie as a whole when it came to pacing of the actual movie.
I agree with that 90%, except I would say it's A and then like A-1 because it was a little bit quicker than the first one. Okay. But yeah, overall I agree with you like that. It was kind of like that.
Or we're going to go really musical there. Yeah. ABA and then the last part's a coda.
Sure, we can do that.
Because the only thing that I think of is the very end went like that only because it was the end.
Which is why I was like, agreeing boom, ABA. Yeah. ABAB.
2 of the big questions that we had from this. Let's get to the first one first because they kind of answer this. The biggest loophole they throw us through in this movie is basically they get through the heist. you were like, oh my, like my first thought is, what are they going to do with the money, man? What are they going to do with the money? How are they not going to get caught?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to get away with this? Are they not going to get away with this? The big thing they throw into it is when he calls it in, lets them take the money back. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, why would you do that?
It's like, why did you give all that up?
Because first off, part of me is like, oh, was this just a stupid, like, yeah, I told you we could rob a bank. But then the other thing I thought of was, oh my God, now I'm not worried about them getting caught. I'm worried about Joe Bang and them being mad.
Yeah.
Because if Joe Bang didn't get his cut, I could see Joe Bang coming at you.
Let me talk to your brother.
I'm going to get naked. You wouldn't knock me when I'm naked. That little Hulkism there. But that's what I thought of. Like, holy shit, Joe Bang going to be angry. Joe Bang not going to be happy that he ain't getting a cut.
Joe Fish and Sam.
From this heist. Yeah, Joe Fish and Sam. What were your thoughts after the big reveal that Channing Tatum's character called it in?
I'm like, holy crap. But then it's like, well, my first thought before we got like a little, we got the actual insight of why he did it, was I guess maybe he had a change of heart, like something to do with his daughter and stuff like that. It's like, you know what?
Didn't want to go to prison.
Thought all of it. It's like, I don't want to send my brother to prison. Because he accidentally sent his brother to juvie.
Yeah, but also that part of it I don't really take into consideration because he technically sent his brother to jail on purpose for the heist.
Yeah.
So
no. I'm talking about no. When they said when he was younger, when he was 13,
they sent him to juvie
because he got caught. He got sent to juvie.
Yeah.
So my thought was, well, maybe he's doing better for his daughter because he doesn't want to go to jail himself, and he doesn't want his brother to be taken down for what he did, and all. Yada yada yada. So it's like, well, oh wow, he had to change of heart. It's like, no, we can do without this.
Yes.
And then it's like, damn. And then what you said after that is like, oh, Joe Bang's pissed.
I thought Joe Bang was going to be angry.
Oh, he was.
I thought Joe Bang was the scene we saw with Joe Bang and little Logan, as I'm going to call him, Adam Driver's character.
Yeah.
I thought it was not going to be as subtle and as smooth as that scene was. I thought that Joe Bang was going to go throwing punches.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to go throwing punches. I thought he was going to go out for blood because he didn't have his money.
Oh, because he got picked on in prison right afterwards, too.
Yes.
By the warden and some guards.
Yeah, he did. That confused me a little bit of why they picked on him exactly.
Well, because remember...
is it because he got sick from the food?
Yeah.
Is that why?
That's what it was, because he threw up the food.
Okay.
So once he was better, he was able to...
That's kind of like, now that I think about that, because that was the part where I'm like, oh, okay, not worth brain cells.
Yeah.
To think about that. Now thinking about it, it's like, wow, the warden's a dick.
He was.
I love the warden, though, because I'm going to start using it here at MVP.
We don't have any problems.
Basically, if someone says we have a problem, no, we don't have a roach problem at MVP. Someone says, you know what, you guys missed the mark here. We don't have a thought problem here at MVP. That's what I'm going to just start using because it was perfect. We don't have a riot problem here, or we don't have riots here at Monroe.
We don't
have fires here at Monroe. We don't have food problems here at Monroe. It was great. It was a great little touch.
It was
to that character.
It was a dick though.
But the second thing, and this is the more bigger answer, like bigger question because we don't have an answer to it.
Yeah.
Very end of the movie. I love the camera trick that they pulled. You see Channing Tatum and Sylvia, because he underlined it, Ia, at the end. And then you have Joe Bang and Millie over on one side. Adam Driver comes over, starts talking to a girl at the bar. That turns out to be the FBI agent that could not pin them for any of it. I'm going to ask you what you thought after that, because my first thought was, she ain't giving up.
No,
even though the FBI probably pinned it on the Speedway guy. Yeah. That when they're like, well, how'd you get the numbers for that? The insurance fraud. If you don't know how much was stolen, and he's like, oh, the algorithm. But we are fine with how the investigation went. I think they pinned it on him, but I was like, ooh. is she still like, I know it was you guys. I'm going to find out it was you guys.
Yeah, I think that's what she's doing. Because like we talked about in the car, and like I said to you, she's the detective that won't give up. She, just because case closed from the Speedway, case closed not for her.
Yeah.
She wants to know who did it.
And I love that, like, and in my mind, I haven't heard anything. So if they've come out and said anything, I haven't heard any. I'm hoping they don't make a second.
I hope not either. This should be a one and done, which is why I'm like, well, did we need that scene 100%?
Well, the reason why I'm hoping for a no sequel to this is because I like that open-ended question.
That too.
I love, like, and then it gives us and then you guys in the comment section the kind of time to think about it and talk about it. Like, was she like, you know what, I know it's you guys and I'm going to figure out it was you guys? Or is it, you know what, I just want to see something is fishy here. And she just wants to see, because she wasn't in her FBI attire, but she could be undercover.
Exactly.
So part of me is like, oh, like, that is a really good open-ended way to end this drama.
Yeah.
To end it. Because, like, that's, to me, it had its funny parts, but this is more of a drama. Like, during the heist, obviously, are they going to get caught? Because there was the thing where, yeah, Joe Bang did his job, and bang, the big Joe Bang. But there was smoke coming through one of the pipes.
Yeah.
That sent guards down there. You thought, ooh, are they gonna get caught? Are they gonna get caught? And at the end, they kind of show how Earl helped kind of lead them away, where he was smoking and he just blew it through the vent so it would show up and they would go after him instead of them.
And get distracted by Earl saying, I still got time on my break.
But there was also drama with, like, Channing Tatum's character and his daughter, and Channing Tatum's character and his ex-wife. And we had the drama between the Logan brothers and the drama between the heist and the drama afterwards. Are they going to get caught? This was a movie that, although it had comedic features to it, kind of kept you on the edge of your seat a little bit. Kind of kept you on the edge of your seat and just was like, you know what? We're not gonna get, like, you got like a little uneasy feeling at some point. But they never gave you all the answers. And the thing I love the most about the character and about Channing Tatum's character is every single thing they tried to pin them on, they couldn't.
No.
They couldn't pin them on anything.
Alibis for everything.
Where it's like, oh, we have them here at the scene. Oh, well, no, they never left the prison, the correction facility. Oh, well, where was his cell phone? He doesn't have a cell phone. Doesn't have a Facebook. Doesn't have email. The only thing we know is he was at the high school yesterday because of his daughter's
tagged
pageant,
and other things.
Where it was like everything they tried to pin him on, even the car.
Yeah.
Like, the car was great. Here's the thing I want to ask you about Millie. Was Millie trying to bait the stepfather into bringing a car with a stick because she drives stick?
Yeah. That's what
Do you think that's what she was doing?
After I found out that she as soon as she took his car and I saw that she drove stick, I'm like, she baited him to get stick.
Do you think she's like, man, I don't want to drive that automatic piece of crap?
Yeah.
And was like, you know what, I'd rather drive a stick, and that's why she baited him into that?
I think so, because she mentioned, there's cars with stick that, well, for one, she baited him on saying, oh, you don't know how to drive stick, but also that getting a car with, was it 4V?
Yeah.
V8. Getting a V8 engine. So she can...
Yeah, also, good call. Like, that's one thing I'm like, did she bait him, or was that just like
I think she baited him.
Thing? Because that was another great scene where Adam Driver's character is like, don't you think you're driving a little fast? Like, there could be cops out here. And she's like, you know what? There's budget cuts, and everyone's at the Memorial, like, it's Memorial Day weekend. There's only one cop for, like, a stretch of mile. And how did they get that cop? Those two cops in that car, preoccupied, pulling over the purple lady.
The purple lady.
I think she's related to David Tennant's character in Jessica Jones. We got purple guy and purple lady.
Oh, maybe.
Because in the credits, she's purple lady. She doesn't have an actual name.
Rebecca Kuhn is purple lady.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be related to David Tennant's character from Jessica Jones, because that is the purple guy. But I liked this movie. I liked it a lot, even though, like, it's weird for me because, like I said at the beginning, kind of a Two Towers thing where the trailers didn't, like, The trailers didn't show exactly what was going to be. I loved Daniel Craig in this too. Like his character of Joe Bang, probably the better scenes in this is when he's explaining the science to them about the bomb, and it's
chalk.
like, I'm like, of course he would. Of course Joe Bang would want to.
Is it 30 feet or 20 feet or 30 feet?
We are dealing with the science here. And just the whole thing of like, you've got two gases and a solid. Even better than that, it gets stuck, gets flown out into Adam Driver's hands. How does Joe Bang fix it? Oh, I twisted it too much.
I twisted the bag too many times.
And then he just untwists it 2 times, sends it back, and boom, it blows up.
Yeah.
I looked over at your face, and your face was like, really? Really? He just untwisted it 2 times, and that was the big problem of why it got stuck the first time. But the other thing I want to touch with this.
Yes.
Seth MacFarlane, we haven't touched him.
No.
What'd you think of his character?
Douchebag.
Yeah, but what? Like, give me more than just. Of course, he was a douchebag, but what did you think? Because I don't know if I really liked his. Like,
I don't know if I needed the side story.
Like, liked his character is one thing, because you could be like, I like him or not, but just I didn't like his character of like a character in the movie. I didn't think it was needed.
No, this is one of them I'll agree with you on. It's just
no, one of them you'll agree with me on.
Well, I mean, when it comes to changing movies, I'm not the one that usually changes movies.
I'm just saying I didn't like his character.
No. Ricky has a thing with changing movies. Let's not forget.
Yeah, but I didn't say change. I just said I didn't like his character.
This is one where I'll actually say you'll hear me say it for one. It wasn't needed. That scene with him, or anything with him and Sebastian Stan, which I like Sebastian Stan, but none of those scenes were really necessarily needed, except to set up the alibi.
Yeah, that's the only one.
And that was really like, we could have probably gotten something else.
That's the only one, when they saw him and Joe Bang in the tunnel.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Really it. Like, I feel like the fight was only to set that up.
Exactly.
That was it. That was the only reason why they did that. Also, I mean, you know what? I kind of get it. No, you know what? That fits in. Because I was like, you know what? We didn't really need the backstory on the racer either.
No, we didn't.
However, we did, because we needed something to drive them apart, so that, the only reason why the alibi didn't work is because Seth MacFarlane's character said one thing, the driver was
said something else.
Well, he was thinking in his head, no, fuck this guy. This guy's an asshole. I hate him. No, he's wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. So he didn't have that. If that never happened, then it would have just been like, yeah, he's telling the truth. Bingo, bango, bongo, they're caught.
That's true.
Or at least Adam Driver and Joe Bang are caught.
Except for the fact that they were in prison, so.
But if the alibi of seeing them at the racetrack was 2 people instead of just him, they could have nailed him for it.
That's true.
So that's the only that's the only way. The alibi, the only way his character was important.
Yeah. Okay. Then
I just don't think it was enough to say that I really liked his character in the movie.
No, exactly. There wasn't a whole lot to go off of. I mean, other than that one point, which I agree with you, I didn't think it was that was necessary. If it weren't for that those scenes wouldn't have been necessary.
And the other thing is, I totally got that wrong.
Huh.
Sebastian Stan was the driver?
Yeah.
Did not notice that.
How did you not notice that?
I thought he was one of the the joke that did you catch
the
that
Bang
joke?
Bros, yeah.
The Bang Bros.
Yeah, no, that
and I almost said it now, just casually off the top of my tongue. Oh, I thought he was one of the Bang Bros.
No, the Bang Bros were played by Jack Quaid and Brian Gleason.
Jack Quaid, he was the one
with the long hair.
Oh, where do I know him from? It's not Hunger Games. He was the one that was
See, he was in Workaholics.
He was the one I turned to you and I was like, is that Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't that.
That's the thing I said. Maybe it is Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, Workaholics, I could see it, knowing him from.
Yeah, it's got to be Hunger Games is where I remember the face from, but anything else that he's in, I don't really remember, but that's who I thought.
No, not really.
He looked, I'm like, oh no, that's right, that's Sebastian Stan. I didn't realize that he was the driver. Like that, I totally went right over my head. Where people might call me stupid, but I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to hit in spoiler mode, or anything you feel we didn't hit? Oh, I'll tell you this. You know who is an honorable mention for the show stealer, but not going to win it? The stepdad.
That's true.
Talking about Seth MacFarlane's character, who I thought I didn't like, and if he wasn't there, I wouldn't have been happy. Nothing against Seth MacFarlane. It's just his character in this. The stepdad was amazing.
You mean
stepdad was phenomenal.
Moody Chapman, played by David Denman.
Like when he first walked out in like the country flannel shirt, Ford hat, West Virginia shorts, I was like, oh yeah, Dad, what are we doing today? What are we doing, evil stepdad?
He was that stereotypical rich stepdad.
Exactly. And like the one that you're supposed to hate.
Yeah.
Because you're on the side of Channing Tatum's character, who's the good guy.
Exactly.
The guy who's got to work for everything and has a truck that's not an F-150 from the year 2017. And I loved it. I loved his character 110%, even from the first time he stepped out. The thing I didn't like, though.
Okay.
And this is because my mama taught me how to. She raised me well, Johnny. I did not like how he did not help Millie with that picnic gear.
Nope, that was rude.
Millie had to carry everything, and he did not help.
Which is why he likes dicks.
He did not help. He likes sticks.
He likes sticks.
Which kind of sounds like dicks.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Would be
that was the
joke. They had a little bit of jokes like that I like. Yeah. Also, one of the better comedic parts of this is when she's like, I'm going to sing Rihanna's Umbrella. And the one kid just goes, she's not singing about an umbrella. She's singing about her vagina.
How you know that?
Everybody's told. Like, who told you that?
Oh, yeah, who told you that?
Everybody.
Who told you that? Everybody.
And I'm like sitting there going, like, my first thought was, is she? I mean, technically you could think that, but that's where my mind went. Like,
is she?
Is she technically maybe, but anything else in spoiler mode do you think we need to talk about?
No, I mean, it was great. I mean, the scenes where you have him and his daughter, you get the really father-daughter bonding stuff. And I loved the change with that. So, I mean, yeah, it wasn't what like we talked about earlier. It wasn't what we came into expecting, but with those changes and all the more serious, I don't want to call it exactly seriousness, but the more...
It was just more of a drama than a comedy.
Exactly, but it was...
Slightly more of a drama.
It was done well.
Yeah. And the only pitfall I would say it falls into is the blueprint is there. Hardworking guy gets laid off from work, wants to do this evil or bad thing for the right reasons.
Exactly.
And that's the only negative I saw from it. The only negative that I see.
Yeah, you can actually, if you want to break it down to its bare minimum or the bare bones, it is a stereotypical movie layout.
It's a heist movie.
Exactly.
It's basically what it is. But Johnny, we're going to end the podcast with our show stealer and our rating. Let's do our show stealer, which is our MVP for the movie. I'm going to let you go first. Who is your show stealer for Logan Lucky?
Well, I have an honorable mention because he was really good, but not as good as my show stealer, which would be Daniel Craig as Joe Bang.
No bacon.
No bacon.
No bacon.
I'm gonna get naked. All his parts were hilarious, but they were really well done. Not to be the point of, hey, he's a joke. It's just like, I'm trying to figure out how to describe him exactly.
You could actually take him seriously.
You could take him seriously, but he was funny.
Yeah. He was comedic relief that you could take seriously.
Which I actually give props to Daniel Craig for being, because I haven't seen him in many things that are...
Besides James Bond. Really, it's been James Bond and the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah,
probably the biggest films.
But I'm saying anything like where he can act like that.
Yes. No, this has been like his first big comedic role.
Exactly.
That I've seen him in.
And he was probably the funniest one there. But I'm going to give my show stealer to Channing Tatum as Jimmy Logan.
I'm right on board with you.
Exactly. I mean,
right on board.
Great. Like all the father figure scenes were great.
He really sold me on that part too.
Yeah. I mean, that and he was really, it reminded me of I know it was in West Virginia, but it really reminded me of a lot of the people in Tennessee.
Because you lived in Tennessee.
I lived in Tennessee for 4.5 months.
Yeah.
Which is why it reminds me of the culture up there, the scenery up there, how people talk up there.
Down there.
Well, I mean, we're from Chicago, so everything's up there.
Yeah, everything's down for us.
Well, we say everything's up there.
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, everything down there. Thank you. Yeah, it just reminded me of all that.
We don't have a geography problem here at MVP.
No.
We do not have a geography problem here at MVP.
Yeah, so we're agreed on the show stealer then.
Yeah, I'm going to say Channing Tatum too, only because I liked Joe Bang, but I feel like the trailers yet again sold me too high on Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Made it seem like he was going to be funnier than he actually was. Not saying he wasn't a good character or didn't play the role well. Channing Tatum just blew me away.
Yeah.
Like, the trailers kind of put Craig above Tatum, and after seeing the movie, I'm like, wow, this is probably one of the better roles that I've seen Channing Tatum take.
No, I agree.
Because it's not something as super silly as, like, 22 or 23 Jump Street. The next Jump Street that they will probably do with him and Jonah Hill.
Yes.
But we're going to rank this out of 5 roaches. And the reason why we're doing roaches is because that's what Millie used so they could find out which pipe that they were going to suck all that money out of.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go first with this one. I'm going to say 4 roaches out of 5.
Okay.
I really like this movie. I would probably watch it again if it was on. Like, this is one where I said Hitman's Bodyguard was good, not great. This is great, not phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing keeping it from a 5 is, like, 5 is reserved for, like, holy shit, all-time greats.
Yeah.
This wasn't an all-time great, but it was a solid movie. Solid 4 in my mind.
Yeah, 5s are usually reserved for, nope, I'm going to buy it. I don't care. I'm spending my money on it when it comes out.
Or 5s are reserved to, like, Boondock Saints is for me. I just watched it. I'm going to watch it again.
Logan.
I'm just going to watch it 24/7.
Logan.
Yeah. And never get sick of it. That's what 5s are reserved for.
That's what they are.
But what rating are you giving it?
I'm going to give it 4 roaches.
Okay.
Now, I mean, this one, this is another one. I may buy it. Mm-hmm. It's not quite my type of movie.
I would definitely buy it.
Yeah, I mean, mine's maybe I'll buy it. 4 is like I will or I'll maybe buy it, which is a maybe because it's not necessarily my type of movie. I'll watch it once in a while. This might be the one where I wait until it's on somewhere, and then I'll go on my way to watch it.
No, I really this is the heist movies are usually ones where I'm not like super all over the heist movies.
Yeah, same here.
Like I know Dave.
That's why
Dave likes heist movies a lot. Like he loves Gone in 60 Seconds. He forced me. He found out I hadn't seen it. And like nearly shit the bed that I have never seen.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him I've never seen it.
That I've never seen Gone in 60 Seconds. A Nicolas Cage movie.
Nicolas Cage. There you go.
Basically, it was a good movie watching it, but this was a heist movie as well. I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. Yeah. I'd go see it. Like if Dave said, hey, you know what? I know you already seen it. You want to go see it? I'd go and see it again. Kind of a thing. But this is where I want to turn it on to you guys. Let us know down below. What do you guys think? What's your rating? Who's your show stealer? What did you think? Any of the questions we talked about? What's going through your mind after seeing this movie? And really, I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, go and see it. It's a great movie. I had fun. Johnny had fun watching it. And it was it wasn't The Mummy. It wasn't The Mummy, so you can take that into consideration. Because really, that's the lowest. I keep bringing that up because that's the lowest one. We haven't had a 0 yet, but I don't think we will.
I'm hoping not.
I hope we don't get a 0. Mummy was pretty terrible in my mind. But I want to thank you guys for either watching on YouTube or listening on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, and Stitcher. We will be back next week with our traditional form of regular podcast. But the next movie we're going to go and see is, you noticed the jump cut there. I had to look it up because I didn't have my computer open. It will be September 1st. We're going to go see Goon, Last of the Enforcers. Have that review ready for you that following Monday here on the channel. That's going to be an interesting one because although it's kind of a hockey movie, I know it's got Sean William Scott, and Johnny will love it because Sean William Scott's hilarious. Johnny is not a sports guy. No. That's why I bought him the shirt that says sports with an exclamation point. It's going to be fun seeing you review a movie that is kind of based around the game of hockey vaguely. But yeah, that's the next one we are going to review for you guys. I want to thank you guys for watching and listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.